Hi there guys, this is Lola Manny, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to use the basic areas of Paint.net, like the special tools, not like the paintbrush or the pencil or the eyedropper. So yeah, the tools that aren't like these. Okay, so first off, welcome to this tutorial. I'm using my voice for this one. If anything comes around, I may end up just deleting this and redoing it with text. Okay, so first off, I will be showing you how to use the magic wand key. So the magic wand key you use to select something of a certain color. So like if I had this half, so if I want to select pink, I would just use it, click, and select. And here is the move selection, the white one. It is used to adjust your selection without moving the actual image itself. While if you use the blue one, it'll move the image and change it to fit the shape of whatever you're using. So so if you were going to be resizing clothing items, here we go. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, there's a moth. Okay, so you could, like in this image right here, which I used for one of my group's magazines, you could take it and with the blue you could warp it as much as you wanted to, well, like within the specific preset guidelines. But if you were using the white ones, you could adjust what you had selected and just sort of do whatever you wanted with that side. Alright, so that's pretty much how that works. You can also set sensitivity, so if I actually color in half of this, also this is good for coloring, select what you want to color, and press the backspace key. So if I wanted to, so if I had two colors that were like these, very similar, and I use my tool like this. See how it selects all of it? It doesn't recognize the different colors. You can go up here to the tolerance, and you can drag it down, so it'll only select one of them. Alright, so that's how that works. Also, there is the lasso tool, where you can select whatever shape you want. Then you can swap the tool and use it to warp around the image. Same with the blue one. Okay, so with that, so that's basically how that works. Alright, so another tool is the gradient. And the gradient tool is right here. It looks kind of like, it's got a lighter blue and darker blue with like the frame around it. So you can select different gradients, like this one I'm missing with a good fade. It works well for beginning if you're beginning with shading. It works very well for that. Also, there is the linear reflect, which adds this sort of light beam. This is not good for shading, but it adds a very cool light effect if you want to add it to like some clothing item or a background edit. Okay, and there's also one of these, which is pretty much the same sort of thing, along with this, the swirly, what's it called? I don't pronounce that, and the spirals. They're about the same. You can use the transparency mode, you can choose repeat, and how it goes, and the blend mode, which you can set to glow, like overlay, or just normal. So that's how that works. Alright. I am going through this pretty fast. It's about 2:59 a.m., and I have nothing better to do right now. Okay. So one of the other tools you can use that is quite handy is blurring. So for example, if you want like a item, like let's say this is a shirt right here. If you wanted to shade it, you could go into your color palette and drag it down to a darker shade. So what you could do then is you could take your brush, adjust the size, and you could just make a random little squiggly line like this and fill it in. So yeah, like that. Yep. And if you wanted to add in like a specific kind of shade, what you could do is actually drag it up so it's a little bit lighter, and do that over here. So that way, then it will be shaded a little bit better. Then you want to go into your effects, go into blurs, and click the Gaussian blur. Now the Gaussian blur you can drag and adjust it so it will fade into the other colors. So like this, makes a very good gradient, much different than what I had before. All right, okay. So that's how the blurring works. Also, there are other types of blurs, like let me see here. This is just easier this way. Alright, like that. You can go into your effects and go to blurs. By the way, if you do not need to click that. Like if you click this, then it will basically just blur it how it was blurred the time before that. And if you don't want to perfectly duplicate what you were doing, then you're not going to want to click that. You're going to want to go back into blurs and select the one you used before. So now with the zoom blur, you can select the center of your image and you can adjust how much the zoom blur is. This is not a very good one for this example, but I never really use it. I would recommend it. And there is the unfocus, which is it's very similar to the Gaussian blur. But if you are going to try shading something in or blurring colors, like if you're coloring anime, like let me get an example of some of my old drawings. Warning, they're not very good. No, they're not there. Okay, so I have some of my old drawings in here. Where are they? Okay, so I have some older ones, like This is my most recent one that I've colored in. I drew this and everything. And one of my older ones, like this is how I used to color them. So, like this, with this one I used the unfocus. So it looks a bit off, it doesn't look right. And with this one I was using the Gaussian blur so it blends more. Alright, so you can do that with this. And there's the radial blur. You can adjust what angle it blurs at, and this is actually pretty cool if you're trying to do some sort of graphic design, but not good for clothes really. Alright, so then what you're going to want to do is so that's basically just how the blurs work. So if I was going to make a clothing item and I was trying to blur it like I wasn't using fabric, this is a good way to shade your stuff. Alright, so the next tool I think I should move on to is the stamper tool. So if you have a certain texture, just let me look up here. Alright. There. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could go to gene texture, and if it will load, yeah, whatever. Right, so I'm going to take that, and if I pasted it onto here, if I wanted to, what I could do is I could go to my stamper tool. What you want to do is you want to hold Control and click, so it'll make the basic point where it's like where it will copy from the distance, and then you can basically color it in over here, like that. It works pretty well if you're designing. It was in my first video where I made a yellow tied crop top. So let me just go show you. Loading. So it's like this here. I use the stamper tool to make the sides, and I also just use the whole stretch effect with the blue arrow. So that's how I made that. Alright. But anyway, that's how the stamper tool works. Very, very, very simple. Now, you may have seen this in one of my tutorials. What I do to make my outfits more even. So I'll draw in one half, like, okay, here's the thing. Let me go here. So I will take my mouse and I will, like, drag it into this position here. So it's going to be like a shirt. Like that. Okay. So basically what I'll do is I will select what seems like half. I'll press Control C, or you can go up here, and I also don't know how these work. Press copy. This is the paste button. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to go to image, and you're going to want to flip horizontal. You don't want to flip vertical, horizontal. And then you're going to want to press Control V, or you're going to want to paste using this. And it should line up that way if you select it exactly half, which is much easier on a template. And then you're going to want to go and flip it back. So if it ends up like this, what you can do is you can actually cut that out like this, and take your line tool and fill it in like so. Yeah, that's basically what we do. It's much cleaner than it would be if you just drew it individually and had to draw out the sleeves and stuff. Okay. So another thing that is very helpful is using adding textures to certain colors. So basically, what you're gonna want to do is you just go to Google. I'm gonna go to Google Images, and you're gonna want to type in whatever texture you want. Like, I don't know, texture. I can't type today. Sorry, I'm very tired right now. Okay. So you'll pick one of these, and so if you're gonna make a hair extension, I can just go and copy this. Go back here, and I can make a new layer. I would paste it over. And this is when you do not want to expand the canvas. You want to keep it the same. So you're going to stretch it out like that. So then you will want to make that adjustment, so you can make it black and white. So then it will make a texture, and you can set it to overlay. So it's blue hair. It's pretty cool instead of using the actual having to install plugins. By the way, this is without plugins, so no plugins required. Yeah. That's how that works. Okay, but I feel like that is pretty much the basics. I would use the recolor tool, but I honestly have no idea how to use this thing, to be perfectly honest. It's just sort of there. If I figure it out, eyedropper, and eraser, you probably know that. It makes things transparent. Oh, by the way, selecting multiple items here, my template. This is also important when making clothing. Here, okay, there we go. And you're going to want to open up your template, like so, and you're going to want, but see how there are these blue lines in between the individual squares of my template? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold Control on your keyboard, and a little plus sign should come up on your magic wand. You click. Actually, I'm getting mixed up, but you want to hold Control, that way you can select more than one, and basically just fill them in if you want to. But Control X deletes that. So if you want to select all of one color, you press Shift and click that, and it will select all of that way. So select transparency, it will select all of the transparent. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you have any requests for tutorials, like on clothing or whatever, Let me know in the comments below, and if you'd like me to do more with my voice, or you prefer me typing up whatever it is, just let me know. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.